Now let's get to the market commentary of the day, and it's out from Citigroup's Chris Montague. Now, he wrote in a note this morning that, quote, despite the extended sell-off, net positioning in all markets is not overly extended. Neither are profits, losses very large here. Now, he went on to say that this leaves positioning relatively light and generally reflecting the apparent bearish sentiment globally. And Brad, when we take into account what we've heard from the street, what we've heard from Fed officials just about the uncertainty that lies ahead, what exactly Fed policy is going to look like if the Fed is in fact going to raise rates one more time, we have seen the bears grow a little bit louder just about what that means in terms of the probability of a recession, the chances of a recession. Obviously, and if we do see that, we would see a reaction in equities. But despite all that, the market has remained amazingly resilient up until this point. The consumer has remained resilient, and that has really helped us really not fall too far back from those highs that we made earlier this year. Yeah, we certainly saw this showing up in the tape at the tail end of last week, especially after the Fed came out with their decision for September, which was largely viewed going into it as maybe not necessarily a nothing burger, but perhaps a focus more on the dot plot type of event, as we were discussing with economists over the course of last week. And so how investors are positioning their portfolio, well, as of right now, it seems like even though we are seeing kind of more of a broad-based pullback because of the shock that the Fed did input into the broader system as of right now, and into the equity markets, the larger question going forward is, will we see a repeat of some of the most Fed-sensitive areas of the equity market that will be impacted, and investors perhaps taking chips off the table in the near-term period of time until they get a little bit more certainty around that? But I would be watching, and many perhaps keeping an eye on technology, and as well keeping an eye on consumer discretionary as well. And so we'll be watching that extremely closely going forward.